Welcome back, everybody, here to the CSGO Championship Series. I'm Toby1, joined by Saticus. We're going into map number 3, Team Dignitas, going up against AliGon, and the temperature is starting to rise. Yeah.
I've got my laptop noises on. We were getting confused.
As we are going into Inferno. You destroyed my line! Oh my god. I was working on that one coming into this.
Nothing's ever going to go your way this entire time. I'm going to ruin everything for you. I did say there was a chance. Okay, all right. We don't have to be friends. Let's forget him. I did say there was a chance we might see 3 maps out of this, simply for the fact that AliGon is a bit of a dark horse. We haven't seen a whole lot from them. Delpin's obviously a skilled player. He's been performing as such for them. Actually, Kaboom last time came on really strong as well. But we're back to a map that's been around forever that everybody knows, and Dignitas' skill on entries here should favor them again. It is still execution based on A. There are smokes, but the smokes are well known, and there's lots of varieties. Not only that, the widths that the smokes have to cover are a lot narrower, so your smoke placement isn't quite as vital as, say, getting it exactly to the mid-pixel between the red box and the top of the highway that's going to cover off trucks. So you get a little bit more breathing room on your executions on Inferno. So we'll wait for the teams to come in and get underway, but
just kind of mental blank.
You're looking super confused.
It's like I just confused myself for a moment.
It's all right. I'm here for you. What do you need?
Nothing. Words. Brain thought. Process. All those things put together. What I want is a knife round. I need a knife round. So we can start this one up and see who's going to be on what side.
And CT is going to be ideal. Again,
CT?
CT is going to be your choice after that. Obviously. Yeah, every time. I mean, that goes without saying. But of course, we'll say it just to make sure it's stated for everyone.
CT biased map?
Most maps are.
I
would say pretty much every map except maybe Season, which isn't played in Europe, is definitely CT.
This one's just a little bit rougher on the T's, because like pushing up Banana is such a narrow choke point. We're watching
I'll actually go one further and say Dust is...
You're going to say Dust is...
It's 50-50. It's coming back more and more T-sided like it was in previous iterations of Counter-Strike.
But for this one, you push up Banana, we've seen... If the CTs can get a little bit of extra cash, Molotovs can just hold out the Ts every single time. You throw it shallow if you feel like they're going to come up with their pistols. You throw it deep if they think they're going to pick with the AWP. And even then, even if you don't have that, you just throw one smoke, forcing these Ts to walk up through arches, completely blind, and then into the fire of the CTs. And that allows you to have basically one player, 2 if you feel you're going to get pressured a little bit more to cover that B side. If not, bring them back to A. Maybe even try and hold the apartments and have 4 players committed so you get the crossfire from the arch and the patio. You can have the one up on front and then your extra floater wherever he needs to be.
And you're dead right in saying, I mean, how teams play Banana really dictates the style of how this map is played, because if the terrorists can't establish a presence in there, it makes it a lot harder to sell fakes. It makes it a lot harder to...
They need to force the rotations.
Right, you're getting funneled. I mean, basically the bomb sites are, based on the entry point of the CTs, are circulated around the map. You're covering off 3 sides of where the terrorists want to go. So getting into Banana just opens up that little more. You can look for that pick. You can sell that fake. You can pull a rotator across. If they smoke deep and Molotov off so that the terrorists can't get into that position, then it's limiting. All they do is hold off Banana and keep them deep as possible. The A players know, all right, we've got lots of time to rotate if they finally commit. We're going to have a call from our player that's there. You could even rotate a 4th player over to A to help out in that situation. But all they have to realize is they're still in mid. I mean, we're just going to sit here and wait. We don't have to suddenly lurk and find these peaks to get that information.
Oh, we've got decoys going up through the mid. It's knife time. So we'll see who will get the advantage by getting the knife round win and CT side. For this, our final map of 3 between AliGon as well as Team Dignitas. There is no more after this. If you lose this, you do not advance through the grand final and then play for your spot tomorrow night in the group stage, which is where everyone wants to be. All the top teams from CSGO scene will be there, with only 4 qualifying for DreamHack Bucharest. Going to be some great times. So definitely get yourself involved.
Did Delpin really go into this? Someone in chat. He doesn't have armor. Wow. He went knifing without armor.
Poor man. Doesn't matter anyway, because
make it to a gunfight.
Alligon is still going to be taking the round. So they'll stay on CTs. And the players, love the fact how fast these guys are. So quick. Beautiful. Let's get into it. No waiting. No waiting at all.
To the point.
That's what it's all about, man.
Quality I look for.
There's no hesitation. Confidence with a capital exclamation mark and ready.
So now it's all to do for Dignitas. They don't have Fetish, and We talked about that Isenbo in for them, but the other thing that doesn't mean is not only is it one of their standout players, it's their strat caller. And AZ said basically to me that they're all going to be putting input. No one's going to stand up and take over that role directly, so they're going to be going off of experience here. They are going to try and get into Banana, but look at this. You're right, 3B right now for AliGon.
And Delpan, he's so quick moving down through the arches, takes out one, so Pimp's already on the sidelines. Nico wants to move up as well. They have still 2 flashes, 1 decoy, and a smoke. Trying to get the pick off on the car, but Delpan just holds the front lines. Eventually, no, he's still not even brought down. He's got support by Kaboom, and the CTs, they're protecting Delpan, who's sitting on top of the sandbags and can now back up at 7 life points. The human shield, yet not going down for AliGon. Dignitas, they've managed to at least quickly rotate over towards the A site, but the CT defender's still here. One's going to be dropped, so there goes Zelos. But there's another one, Cobra, waiting on the site, and takes out the Dignitas movement. So AliGon, successful D, and Reyes be in trouble with this first round for the CTs. They're going to hold and have extra weapons, and Dignitas, they'll have to have an eco.
That hurts even more because usually when we see the 6, 7, and 8 rounded halves coming out from a T-sided Inferno, it always starts with a pistol 3-round spread. So not even getting that. I mean, they got to look for 6 at this point. It'd be obviously great to get more than that, but 6 has to be the target regardless. And I mean, that's a short-sighted target considering this is map 3 and the way things have gone for them on their CT.
AZ. He wants to come up. Kaboom's already waiting for him, and they throw the Molotov. This is what I was talking about before with the fire too. You just stop. You can't do anything. The smoke to follow it up. But Zelos, that's the first kill. Going on Care B up in the apartments. So the T's that are already... Actually, they're pretty damn close up through the mid. They've managed to at least take mid. Problem is getting any further than that. Cobra sitting back of the truck, very hidden, so that first peek's not going to see anything. Delpan, he's going to be in a really good position from the library. Comes out for the peek. Takes out Isobo. And Cobra, that's that little bit more of a cover position. Very simple. Hold the line. And there's no picks coming the way here of Dignitas. Even the jump out. There's AZ dropping, and the last one left is Nico. And he is running himself up with the bomb over towards B site, so he's in archers, feeling he can't breach A by himself, but maybe he can outshoot the boys who are defending the B site. It's a pretty tall ask. There's one over on the spools and one in close. And he can't get the one in close just yet. In fact, nothing but spray, but not enough prayer. 2 rounds go the way of AliGon.
And no bomb plants either, so they won't even get to early guns. They'll full save here.
Which means also AliGon can hold on to their...
So I lied. They're not going to go full save. They're going to go into pistols, no armor.
But AliGon don't have to upgrade at all. They've still got the M4s. Well, 1 M4, 1 FAMAS.
And they're going to go to A this time. They're already 5 up alt mid right now, but Delpan's inside Boiler. He's going to know it's there. But they've got, yeah, you're right, 3 at B, so this might open up an opportunity for them to get a bomb down.
That nade, it's in the perfect position. It just rips them apart. 3 players to go down. The FAMAS does the work. The pistol to finish it up. And only Pimp is left alive, and it's a full ace coming out from Delpan, the man of the match for multiple times. I think actually he's almost got man of the match for all 3 maps so far. But he pushes AliGon even further ahead. I know they're on pistols, so it was just a choke point, but it's in a perfect place.
It was still a great hold, and you called it that. Nade did a lot of damage to start it off, and this is going to be scary because if Delpan comes on in a very linear map like this, once he gets the AWP out, it's going to be even worse, and he's got that now. I mean, this is the worst fear for Dignitas because he's the guy that can sway this game, specifically on the defensive side.
And AliGon are really showing the fact that they have no fear to push up on that Nana. That's the second time I've seen them push 3 players all up to car.
And Delpan's aggressive toward the apartments again, which means that there's no map control at all. They could smoke off on Cobra. They keep going for this early 3B. If Dignitas can at least figure that out and try and exploit onto A, excuse me, it may work for them, but Xylos has come back around. He's going to come out of library. And now, finally, Nico's going to get inside Banana, so now they can start to work the map.
Problem is, they still have to breach the top of Banana, which, at this point, Team Dignitas have not managed to succeed. They got in close, but just to put a foot onto B bomb site would be further than Dignitas have gotten this half. Also, we're only 3 rounds in. There's still plenty of time. But they're waiting it out, so Nico and Pimp will be the first ones up. AZ will take the bomb off Pimp. But he's still moving right behind him, so the breach is going to come. Smokes, flashes, they're preparing themselves. Care B, as well as Isobo, have moved over too. So all 5 going to breach up now. Hagen He's the man on the defense. The breach coming in, and he's inside the smoke, taking out 3 and backing up. The T's will still be able to claim up the site as the CTs do rotate over, but the smoke is giving them the cover fire they require. Extra flashes flying up high. Both the T's being flashed up from that one as Zelos are able to get at least one. As Huggan waiting for Nico. The bomb's just on the other side of the smoke. They run out of time, and he just sprays into the smoke, bringing down Nico. He tried to hide inside that. Team Dignitas lose everybody. They at least got themselves onto B, but there was no plant. So no extra cash for them. And again, they're on pistols. They need something.
I'm just trying to look. I'm going to look back here in a second. I'm pretty sure the round... I know for sure that they started T-side against Kaboom when they went 16-3, or lost 16-3 rather. I think when they went 14-16 against Vox, they actually started CT. So this is not a good sign, because that says to me they need to build those cushion rounds and get that momentum going for them. They can't seem to do it just yet. It's early yet. It is only 4 rounds done. They only need a few if they can string them together. And then a second round pistol will get them underway. Delpan's already made a tag, and they line up. There's a quad, or pardon me, a collateral. And that fire's going to go back in and do the rest of the damage. Delpan picks up 3, and Xylos is there to get the 4th. 5th dropped elsewhere in the meantime, and that means now AliGon 5 straight rounds. Again, it was in apartments, and again, it was with pistols, but Delpan in that position, don't even challenge him.
It's so difficult to move up through carpets like that. Again, a narrow choke point. I thought it was actually really difficult for Delpan to get out after he missed the first AWP shot, but when the two of them just line up, and it goes straight through both of them, all he had to do was back up. He still had the Molotov available to throw, but the fact he also had more support. There's another double. Delpan, this man can do no wrong.
How many collateral kills
now
can
he's
he
done
get?
wrong. Delpan's the only collateral.
So it's all up to AZ 1-on-4. The wise move is do some damage and save the gun. He doesn't have the bomb. Well, now he does. He'll pick it up. It was just down at the bottom of Banana, and he's going to try and go up. Gets the first kill. Kabam goes back into him. 6-0. It's getting out of hand, and again, it's map presence, map control. Delpan, as soon as he got that double, they just pushed those positions, and sure, it was only AZ left, but regardless, he didn't have anywhere to go. The only way he possibly could have gone was back to spawn and cower away in tears. Wait for the time to expire.
You know, I joked about Team Dignitas winning this 16-0 on Inferno if they got CT side, but when I see a 13-1-1 over on Delphan, like the nearest to him is 5. He has single-handedly changed this game, and yep, just keep racking and stacking them. AliGon, they are being carried so hard right now. Delphin's back. He has to have back support.
And there's 4 kills combined right now for Dignitas. They're not even finding openings. I said, actually, I was talking to our observer between the maps, and he said, what do you think? And I said, Dignitas should take this. The only threat against them is if Delpan can come absolutely alive on CT. Well, guess what? That's exactly what's happening.
Oh,
and Xylos wants to join the party as well. Cobra's going to take down the 3rd, and Nico after the assist from Xylos, and there's his 4th. This is dreadful right now. They need to find a way to not lose early position and not lose that early man. You don't even necessarily have to counter Delpan right away. You just need to isolate him and force him off the play.
Well, the only way to do that is basically to smoke up in the mid, where he gets maybe looks for 1 pick, but then he's going to move over. Again, as you were saying in map number 2, we're seeing him move from A to mid to B. He was always changing up this AWP position, so now he is scouting up the mid. There's already your first leg tap. But we're on pistols only. More fire means that there's no push up through Nana. They're not feeling confident to go up against that AWP of Delphan in mid, and they're right on top of him. Finally, they bring him down, pushing up very aggressively, but Xylos is there. He'll take out 2. There's another one that just came down the stair lines, just allowing the AWP from Kirby to go to work. And we've got a 2-for-3 trade-off in favor of AliGon.
And the problem is they actually opened up the A site because AZ kept them busy at B, but they won't, well, I won't say yet, but they shouldn't get a bomb plant off this because they had to go all the way back to get that bomb. So Pimp's just sitting around in pit. He's not even pushed up toward library to at least secure the rotators. Just sitting back, and AZ's going to be late to this. Pimp might even go down before he gets there.
They got North. He can come back and try and go for that peak if he wants to. He's only got 9 life points. They're going to smoke on one side. In comes AZ. We'll get the plant down. Pimp is watching up for that mid-T. And he needs to look now. Kaboom. Takes Pimp from the side. And AZ, with just the CZ auto, has to defend on the side. He brings down 1, but down 26 life points. Going to pick up the rifle, pulling back with that AK. He needs to quickly reload if he can. As both the CTs will be coming from library side. And AZ is looking for him. Here's one, goes for one, needs a second as well, but he can't claim the head. Kaboom already pre-firing as he walks around the corner. We'll get the defuse. And AliGon keep their perfect run going as they'll go 8 rounds to 0 on the CT Inferno on our final map of the semi-final.
Almost as many kills in that entire round as they've had in the entire match so far. In fact, I'm just checking, yeah. They're now up to that total of 8 kills. They had 4 prior to that round, so Pistols, at least they execute. Again, they didn't go close quarters. They didn't go one-on-one with Delpan. That smoke at top middle allowed them to at least get an early kill onto him. Made it doable again, though. Look at this. They're 3 to B. It's Delpan early. He did have a B spawn with this AWP, but they need to read this. If they find out that the op is on Banana, they need to rush A right away. They need to fall it back and try and exploit that. But they're still not getting that information. Hazy's trying to peek out, and he's got to be careful because Delpan actually has line of sight on him. I'm surprised he hasn't taken the shot just yet. And now they hear him. They actually get him down. But there's still 2 there.
They have to push with this. Like, they're being held back. It's a nice flash. They do actually have top of Banana, but not fully secured. Kaboom, sitting behind the sandbase, waiting for the one player to jump over. Spams over towards the car. And the successful defense of the top Nana again, working for AliGon.
And now they'll rotate out of B because it's obvious that the rest of the players for Dignitas should work to A. They're trying to do so now with that smoke that is off on the front side of Boilers, holding them off of the truck side. Xylos is rotated back side to side. He's already got some damage put onto him from Caribbean. Watch out because Cobra's underneath the patio. And here comes the shot. Oh, he picks the wrong guy. And Pimp's going to take him down. Punishes him in the result. That puts us 3-on-3. And Hugo knows now for sure he needs to leave B. He needs to get over and help his team. Dignitas desperately trying to find a round. Another trade goes out. And it's Kabam one more time. From that library position, Caribbean the only one left. He tries to bait one out with this bomb. And he'll smoke it off. This is smart. Now he'll hold it. He's just got to be careful that Huggin doesn't rotate around top mid. He's not. They're both going to come the same direction. And he can't even get the first. So AliGon 9-0. I dare say Dignitas not have an answer.
He was looking just a little bit too far towards the left instead of getting the first shot when we saw Huggin, sorry, Kaboom breaching out of the smoke. And then AliGon came through. Both came through the smoke almost at the same time. So they would have still got the return frag there. It would have been very difficult to get the clutch. But 9-0 Team Dignitas. At least they still have that AWP on them. AliGon were kind of forced to buy up a new AWP over on Delfan, but I don't think he really cares. This guy's got 12,000 gold money, US dollars.
There you go.
Gold! Solid gold!
Nico's going to get the first. Finally, they get an AWP out on the T side. The other thing I just want to mention quickly when we go back to the last round is that smoke that was thrown in the connection point at top Banana. They had lots of time, and they pushed 2 players into it and got absolutely annihilated. That's what turned the round back the other way. So they need to just be a little bit more careful when they're checking their angles. As this round continues to unwind, again, man advantage right now. Dignitas, hopefully they can build off it. There is only 2 toward B. Nico's got the bomb, going to go join with AZ and Isenbo that are inside that Banana position. But again, it's Hugo that's pushed up, and on top of this, yeah, he's on top of this cart. It's easy to see over that smoke.
Even doing the prep nade. Didn't do a lot of damage, however. As Xylos, they can hear the movement coming up through mid and actually takes Pimp from behind. Now the flashes and the nades are all coming in towards the B side. There's only 1 B defender. The rotation is coming back as Huggin, he's able to bring down at least 1. And the B side will belong to Dignitas. The question is, can you hold it? It's a 3-on-3 situation. There's 2 orbs. Nico watching up Banana. He should get the first frag here, as the first one does show is Xylos. Next one. He needs Delpan, the man at the moment. Kaboom, also already up pretty high into Garden. Delpan doesn't even need to see him. Throws out the Molotov as well, expecting a second player there. Like Kaboom, sees one at quad. There's one back in Emo corner. And he's going to fire him out right now. And he's not deep enough. It actually doesn't do enough damage. So the T's, there's your first spam from quad. Delfan's still not moved up. They haven't gone in for the defuse. Delfan not confident enough to move up. Kaboom will still get both of the kills, lose his life, however, and Delfan just not willing to commit.
Yeah, that was a bit questionable because he would have had the angle on it.
Heck, he would have seen into Emo.
Even if he wasn't confident, even if he wasn't confident they were going to get the retake, he could have at least sat and covered off to Emo so that if Caribbean had have taken 1 step to the right, he would have got that shot. Then it was possible, but he doesn't even make a presence, so that gives Dignitas 1. It resets their money bonus entirely, so they've got to win this one to continue on, or they'll be right back to pistols. And if they can get this, that's 2. They only need 3 or 4 at this point. I mean, that's
they're up mid.
6 was a stretch at this point. So.
Dignitas have archers.
Cobra's, though, already up on top of balcony on the backside of that, so.
Huggins rotating over. And I think he knows that something's up.
The issue is they have Arch. They could pinch toward B.
They could.
Huggins back, like you said, but the other problem is that they don't have anything going on at Banana. I mean, look at Nico and AZ. They're back, I don't know, counting flowers in the pot toward T-spawn. I'm not even sure.
They're coming over to 8. They don't have confidence to push up. And there's your first pickup right now with one of the CTs dropping. Delphan hiding in on top of the truck, but he's about to get done from above. While you still got the flank being covered, there's no way through. Delphan actually managed to take out Pimp with that jump out, but he will be brought down. There is actually, no, he won't. He holds it, takes out 2, looking for the 3rd. He's going to pick him up as there's just this run back into apartments, not wanting to come and face the music. The last one coming up to Graveyard. A quick flash over the top, following up with a fire, so he can't even get in close. The only option is to attack from up inside of Graveyard, but that's not one hell of an option. And Delphan's even going to smoke himself up. Sees him, takes him. This man. 19
he's not
kills,
a man, he's a friggin'
2 assists
monster.
and 3. The chat's calling for vac check, but this is just really good shooting. This is perfect shooting, great rotations, great positioning, and catching out Team Dignitas every single time.
And the highest fragger right now for Dignitas Kirby has 5. The lowest on AliGon has 7. I think that speaks volumes about not only the fact that the rounds have gone the CT way, that they haven't even been close a lot of the time. So as I mentioned, they're back to pistols.
Oh,
they're
that Molly.
trying to just get up quick and isolate, but that Molotov did do, or rather Incendiary did do good damage, and Cobra just collects 2 easy kills. They'll keep pushing through Boiler and try and establish something, but here comes a flashbang out from Cobra, and he knows there's still one pushed up against the wall. That's Pimp, and
Nicely done. Very nicely done.
Another one, yeah. I mean, another flawless round. Still no kills coming out for Dignitas.
This is like curb stomp to the deck right now. Team Dignitas, they... Like, even when they have weapons, they're not finding any openings. Banana has been completely cut off. The couple of times they've breached it is either because they have managed to force some level of rotation over towards A. Their last push up the mid was the perfect thing. They took out Archers, but once they got there, it's like you don't know what to do. It's like you've never been let through the door. And when you finally do get inside, you're not quite sure. Do I put my feet up next to the fire, or do I just burn myself on it? Either way, Dignitas, they're going to commit again towards this B site.
You have to wonder as well. I mean, there hasn't been good smoke executions. There hasn't been plays to... Oh, wow, Xylos.
You can push
up. Of all the places you would come out, why is Pimp even back that far?
He was just trying to cover second mid while everyone's over on B. Dignitas push up. They will at least bring down Huggin, but Kaboom back at the spindles, making it a little bit more of a trouble for them and the AWP. Delphan sitting back at quad. AZ will bring him down, looking for the peak, looking for the hole between the spindles to get the kill. As he's up on top of the spools. But Kaboom waits for him to come out of the smoke, and that's going to be another round going the way of Alligon.
And the silencer doesn't give any tracers. I don't even know why, though. He's only on 5 HP. He didn't even counter spam it at all. He would have had to kill him and been able to plant on that. But this is where I start to wonder what the absence of Fetish really means tonight, because they're not even executing with basic smokes on most of these positions, and they're pushing rather carelessly at a lot of times. So you have to wonder, just that little bit of coaching, that little bit of experience that Fetish would have brought would have made a difference. It's hard to say. I mean, Delpan's playing amazing.
We just didn't see it. We didn't see this type of play there from Dignitas in game number 1. It was like a very different team.
And risky play from Eisenbow right now. He flashes themselves out, comes around the corner, but Cobra gets the kill. Watch out. Pimp comes through. Apartment's only one with those Swedish dualies, or rather Danish dualies in this case. And then he's completely responded. The other 2 players just waiting at top mid, hoping they can find something, but it's very unlikely. Nico's at least secured an M4.
Well, Alligon know they've lost Arch, as well as the upper mid. But with 4 players left alive, the B boys aren't rotating over just yet. In fact, one of them has, and it's a quick mob up. So 13-1. We're into a position right now that Dignitas, look at that cash. Spend what you got, but they don't really got much, man. It's pretty scantily clad for Team Dignitas. And it's up against double AWP now for Delpan as well as Cobra. So you're going to have Banana as well as the mid being covered up. Delphan's the one to cover that mid. Look for the early pick. He gets one already. Pimp on the sidelines. Moves quickly up in a boiler. Looking for the secondary pick. He heard them going down and he gets one too. Knows there's a third one coming towards the stairs. So needs to back himself up. He's got support here from Xylos. But Xylos needs to deal with Pagola while Nico up into the archers. But they're waiting for him. Not enough though to be waiting for him. Kaboom will get the kill. Up towards a little bit of the side Pagola area. Dignitas, they're actually getting pickups. They're through.
They've got the man advantage, and they've got the 3 rifles to work with.
They're still up against Delphan, though. And Delphan's watching that bomb carrier come up through mid. Nico, able to get the CT rotate. No, he can't. Hagen gets the advantage. Delphan's backing himself up. And the bomb, they haven't got it on the A site. We're down to 53 seconds now. And they're running out of time. One in the pit, one coming up through apartments. Hagen, where are you going, man? Yeah. Help your teammate. Delphan's not going to do this by himself.
The problem is they aren't sure that they're at A, so he was just lurking back toward B in the event that they got up banana.
There's a lot of nades and smoke.
This is so slow. AZ's going to hold this angle down by truck. Luckily, they are coming from that direction. He'll be the first encounter. Delpan doesn't hit that shot. The bomb does go down.
They're going to fire him out. Throw it into the corner, push him to the back. While the crossfire, it's there. AZ still hiding deep inside the pit, but already Hagen's going to drop, and Delphan as well. The last round of the first half, 13-2 in favor of Alligon. A very familiar storyline for us as far as the 13-2 in the first round. The question is, can it be the unstoppable comeback from Dignitas? Can they win the pistol round on CT? I have one question
for you first.
What's the question?
Are you a fan of Delpan?
I am a huge fan of Delpan.
Okay.
Have I been saying Delpan?
Yeah, there you go. So no reason not to be. There's no reason not to be a fan after a performance like that.
Yeah, he should just be renamed to Delphan.
If they get this pistol round, sure, they'll get a few rounds out of this. I still don't see them coming back with this all the way. They just don't look coordinated, and they're not even hitting shots. Like we mentioned, none of them hitting double digits in the first half. 7.
Here we go.
The highest amount, in fact, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's a Care Bear countdown.
Look at them run straight up mid, Alligon. They're being so aggressive up through mid, and they're switching to B. They got the rotation to start, but the noise is being called from the top Nana. And that is now the fallback. Nades, flashes, smokes, whatever they've got. The T's are pushing up. Isobo would have grabbed one at least. Cobra not looking too healthy there. Ticking down as Isobo again able to pick up a second one, pushing out of construction to Garden. Delpan up to the site. They need to get that plant down. He's stealing the CT's pistols now. Doesn't like his own model. As Isobo, third one now for the round. AZ, successful defense. Can he actually? Yes, he does. Delpan goes down. And they've brought down the T. So Team Dignitas will take out the first round here of the second half. And they keep their hopes alive for now. And really a lot of it is down to Isobo. That first pick and now this movement in to grab that second. Alligon was really just not able to achieve control of the site.
And there's the start they need, and they did it with USBs, so they'll go right to M4s. They have the ability to do so, not investing pistols with their armor. UMP out for Caribbean. Nico's actually going to save all the way through.
Yeah, they're going to go for a quick A push up through second mid by the looks of it. At the same time, look at Dignitas. Dignitas might be feeling this is coming, so they move aggressively down. They want the first pick, and they've got it to it. It's going to be Cobra. The only choice right now for Alligon is assuming this is going to be a full B push, and they try and just push up even further. Nico defending on the side, flashbang around to the other side, make sure he can cover the archers, able to successfully do so, and a beautiful round by Dignitas. This time they play it flawlessly.
It was. I'll change what you just said a little bit. It was beautiful by Nico and AZ. A great hold by them. Had they failed, the rotations were actually piss poor, to be completely honest, because they were so far down banana, knowing they're against pistols, knowing that no one was there. They got that first pick. They're obviously going to rush A. And what do? Rather than come right behind them at middle, they go the whole long way back around through CT as if they're up against rifles. And if Nico and AZ had gone down, that could have been a Nico round lost.
Well, Dignitas, they at least win the round. As Alligon, they're actually being given top of banana to go into. Team Dignitas moved aggressively last time around, not even looking for the opening. Nico, he's just keeping that AWP watching towards mid. He's got an opening right there, in fact, to take out Hugger, while Pimp waiting for the apartment stairwell. And it's a very solid defense from Dignitas. There's just no holes being made by Alligon. And with only 2 AKs, it's 53 seconds. Do you really want to try and hold this long? Or do you still want to look for some level of peak? Because there is a movement coming up. Just a little bit of a peak coming up here from Xylos. Trying to come up the top of Nana. Actually, they're in. They're in the site. Xylos is actually on top of the site. You got one back at quad, as well as one over on spools. And the first spam, jump up on top of the grill. First kill goes the way of Xylos. He's going to get into the back lines, which means the plan can drop. There is the look from Nico. He has the AWP, but the plan still goes down. AliGon, if they can successfully defend this, they'll get Norp into their hands, not to mention a 14th round in their favor.
Nico knows where Xylos is, so at least that's one player illuminated. The angle at least illuminated, although they haven't checked it. The other two players don't look. Finally, Nico gets it. I'm not sure if he didn't call that or not, but they'll get it. That was scary, not efficient enough at B. You look at teams who are extremely good at holding out on B. Crims, for example, so efficient. He just doesn't die and allows the rotators to get there. As soon as both players in B went down and they had positions secured, that became a little bit scary again, but they'll get away with it. They'll get a 5th on the board. Nico's going to go right back to that AWP, and it's back to pistols on the T side, so all they have to do is just make sure they don't get rushed completely, and they haven't gone for armor either, so they will have the advantage of at least being able to aim punch onto that rush.
Already Nico opens up the account. Kaboom, very aggressively moving up into apartments, going to go all the way up the stair line. He's not all the way in. In fact, AZ is going to back up. Nico with a second now, taking out Cobra. As that mid push has just been shut down. AZ changes his weapon, reveals his position, and Kaboom will drop. Flawless round so far from Dignitas. You know, one's up in mid, and there it is. Wrapping it up. Nico will claim 3 for the round. We're 2 to AZ, who defended quite nicely on top of the apartments. And Dignitas, they're the ones rolling with momentum, but Alligon, it's going to be a buy round for them. They have to punch a hole in Dignitas from the start. But where do they poke?
Well, that's the question. We've only seen one gun round out from them. They actually did get in Banana. That was encouraging for them. If I'm them, I'm going to look at... Oh, well, you can't have that happen. Pimp now with his AWP. It's not Nico. That was spawn-based. He had the better spawn to get there, gets the shot. But you have to look to Banana. You got in there the first time. You only had to improve a little bit in holding the site once the bomb went down, securing from that retake. That's encouraging. I mean, why not try that again? You're still early. You only need 3 rounds. You haven't really felt out their A yet. Cobra's going to try and do it right now, and the Dragon Lore breathes fire onto Nico. He's
Pimp is still there, though. He smokes up the wrong side. Now she looks towards the smoke, which means Pimp has a very easy defuse of the situation at top mid. He's moving himself so he's able to easily rotate from one side to the next. AliGon, they are looking to come up B. All 3 inside the banana. The flashes, the mollies, everything's being prepped. It's flying over. Cubby is impossible to hold, but then when you got Isobro back at the spool, he's able to pick up one. He can successfully defend the last time. Nice little nade down by Pimp, causing some considerable damage. Xylos already pretty low, but it's a 3-on-2 with the retake from CTs. 2 to come through construction. 1 still rotating away through, rotating through the causeway. Pimp, peek it, takes down 1 just in front of the grill. And the last T hiding inside the smoke. And the smoke disappears, reveals him, and that's a 7th round now for Dignitas. And AliGon, not flat broke, they still have actually a large amount of money. But the momentum is not being stable for them into this T round.
And they've slowed down Delpan quite a bit. He's only managed to get a few kills in the last, or at least the opening round, so if he can't find those picks, who else is it going to be? We saw Kaboom do it for them on Cash. Well, he's going to have to do it again. This time they don't get that opening pick for Team Dignitas, so AliGon has a chance to try and secure some map control. That high smoke on Banana does allow Kaboom to push up just a bit in toward those pillars, but there's no one else joining him. The rest are all over toward A. And there are 3 players, standard formation in that position for Dignitas. AZ's the one who's aggressive, as we see Careby falling back inside the site. Eisenbo's going to go with them, so they'll give up even more of Banana, but they aren't there. Like I said, AZ, there it is. There's your first. Inside Senpei, the bedroom. You will not be seen. They're going to try and spam him away. Xylos not able to hit him, and he crosses over, but that flash was perfectly timed, so he doesn't get spotted on the cross, and he actually gets out alive. Great play from his teammate in the form of Pimp, because the Pimp protects his hoe that time, gets her out of the bedroom.
I'm going to slap you for that joke. Now the T's now looking to push up on top of A. There's no one over on the B side, so it's all about the A pressure. A lot of mollies coming out, so it's impossible though to push up through the arch side, even if they do bring down Nico, so AZ can defend from inside the pit. He's brought down 1. Kaboom, actually very quickly moving to the side. It's going to be Pimp, in fact, as there's our camera just switching over towards a different player. But Huggan waits him out. Just trade-off for trade-off. 2-on-1. The CT's with the advantage. As Huggan is on the side, looks to Library. Spams a little bit. Just poking up. Looking for just that praying timing that it works for him. But can't find it, so he'll flash and go into the plant. They're coming up from Pergola, now into that small little cubby on top of the A side. But it's too easy to finish up. So, Team Dignitas moving ahead. 8-13, they're holding the line.
This is a Fetish roster even without Fetish. This is looking far more CT-oriented. They just look a lot more confident. They're using each other well, as we saw from that flash from Pimp to allow AZ back out and get into cover. You have to rely on your teammates when you play in aggressive angles like that, if not to save you, to at least cover off angles that you leave behind. And they're doing a great job, and that's the sign of a CT team. They're going to go for that mid pick again, and it's Nico. Easy shot. Delpan, that's your man down. That's a huge pick. It is pistols, keep in mind, but still a huge pick. I wouldn't trust that guy with a knife right now.
Pip's going to get another one right now. Taking on Huggin. Coming through apartment. Still ready with that crossfire through mid. Aiden's already managed to grab up the others. And the last two left is just in the middle of CT. Pimp knows the last one's there because it was called out by his other teammates over on Arch side. So Kirby walks out, and there they wrap it up. So 13-9 Dignitas. They have the momentum. But Alligon have money, so the Terror shall be well funded this time around. They need that pickup from Delphan at the start. They need Delphan to start hitting the mark.
You're doing it.
How long is... Sorry, Delpan. How long has it been since he's got consistent amount of kills in one round? It kind of feels like it's been like 3 or 4.
He's been on 25 since I think like round 3 of this half, if I'm not mistaken. So he hasn't got a whole lot going for him. He's trying to find this mid pick again, but Nico hasn't gone for it. He's playing the off angle if they push, and he's actually covering off from the top of alt mid. And that's where Huggins playing. The rest have got inside apartments, and interestingly...
They let him come.
Well, Pimp's already rotated off of A, so they've some reason called for a B push. I don't know why. Xylo's going to get AZ. That means A's in a lot of danger right now. They're going to go for a full flank, because why not? You've already run that far. You might as well just keep wrapping around the outside of the toilet. There's a whole lot of problems in the middle of it.
Delpan holding from the top mid, just hiding in the staircase. As Kirby has to move over. He's going to finally bring down Delpan, or will he? Not yet. Now he's in the run. Can't get back into the boiler room. The bomb plant is down. 3 CTs. Nico needs these picks. There is one over in the cemetery. Kaboom on the bomb site. Last in the pit. And that is the most injured one, which is Xylos. So who's going to get the first frag? Kaboom. He's the man to open it up. Nico to drop. The CTs are in there. And there's only one left. The only choice is to try and kill off. First, 1, 2, into the pit, over the top. He's going to get him down, but does he have enough time for the defuse? He does have the kit, but there is no time. He'll just try and run it away. I don't think he's even got time to get away.
No, he's down. I mean, that was the most questionable rotation I've ever seen from Pimp. There was no reason for a call at B. Somebody miscalled. I'm not going to put that all on him. Somebody miscalled that they were setting up for Banana, and he took off out of A at exactly the wrong moment. And that allowed them to just get in. Once AZ went down, it was all but over. They just took the site, completely controlled it. The retake was impossible. And, I mean, it came down to a close fight. I'll give them that. But that's another round, and you can't give up rounds if you want to make this comeback successful. You can't give up anything. Because now they're on 14. One more, you're at least going to overtime. You're not even going to be able to play for the win. And after that, well, we all know what happens.
No, we do. Kaboom. Opening up. He doesn't open up the B side, however. There's a couple of players behind him. You know, it does considerable damage. At the same time, they still need to get in further. More flashes, smokes coming out from the CTs, but you've already got the Ts over the top. The defense from Quad, how solid is it going to be? The Ts really getting caught on their heels. It's a massive crossfire. The CTs have rotated at the right time. Even AZ mopping up Huggin, who was the floater. And it's a full defense. Last one left on top of the grill. Cobra brings him down. The nade looking just to take him out the last point, but Cobra picks up 2. Holding back a little bit further over towards the guard. It's a very high flash. He's not sitting healthy. 14 life points with 1 Molotov and the AK.
And look how passive they're being. At first, it looked like they were going to swarm him, but once he got 2, they realized they don't want to drop any more guns, because if they lost this round, they would have to save. Looks like they're going to get this round, thankfully, but that's just an indication of how few dollars they've still got in their back pocket. So they're just going to make sure he can't move anywhere. If he wants to bait out this bomb, yeah, he's going to hold it to give his team some money. He'll get it. And now Dignitas will have to play their hand, but I don't blame them for being passive. Oh, careful not to line up, though. Thankfully, Pimp gets the shot. Better rotations that time. And now they're on to double digits, at least.
And they are. And they hold their weapons, which I think is probably the most important thing. You mentioned before, if they lost that round, they'd be in a decent amount of trouble. Because if the next round went wrong, then you're looking at a full save. But Dignitas have all the money in the world, the Ts. Looks like we are on an eco for Alligon. And they go on proper eco. We've got 1 flash, 1 armor, and it's Kaboom is the man with the armor. He's not the first man to run up. In fact, he will be, be the man to control up Nana. But they're going 3 up second mid, 1 up through the main. Kaboom has moved over from Nana, and they get the opening. Nico brought down Pimp with the defensive nade. He's trying to stop this momentum again from AliGon. But they're really flanking up through archers. And there's another one. Kaboom. They've really opened up Dignitas' A site. There is a good defense coming out from Pimp inside the pit. He'll finally be brought down by Huggen. We're in a 3-2 situation. The AWP in the hands of Delpan.
Oh, he whiffs on the shot. That was lucky for Careby, because if he had to hit that, the round was over. They'll still get this bomb plant on the back of that smoke. He's going to try and flash himself in. He does get the first. That's at least 1 more down, and they're both inside the site, but he was equally countered out. Delpan's looking the wrong direction. He's got to be so careful. Isenbo's going to give his position away. That's 1 down. 1-on-1 with the last man you want to do it against, and Delpan gets it. They're on the match point. That's 15 for AliGon.
AliGon have struggled in such a situation before, though. They've struggled. They took them 4 match points last time. The team Dignitas falling apart at the seams. As finally AliGon have managed to find their shots again. The momentum has been quashed. Delpan looking for the first pickup in mid. And no one's giving him the honor of the peak. He's still inching his way forward. There's a lot of spam coming from top Nana. But with the defensive smoke, AliGon aren't rushing anything. Delpan still waiting. Aggressive moves finally going to come into apartments. There is one just a little bit to the side of Boiler in the bedroom. The T's can be successful here. They're basically stacked on top of each other. We're still waiting for the peak in mid, but that's not going to be where the action is. The action is right on top of AZ, where the smokes are running out as well as Pimp. He's back towards the A side, back towards the truck. And AZ, patience. So much patience. But AliGon has to make a play. So they breach 2 up through the mid. They're not fully up yet. Nico holding over at the archers. Cobra already managed to bring down AZ. So they have managed to breach up into apartments. And the flank is starting. Kaboom, the floater at the back end. He's going to catch out this flank from Dignitas, but he doesn't get enough.
And that's the bomb down. They know that. They don't want to push forward because they can't. They know that the rest of the T's are in mid, so it would be stupid to try and secure it beyond, but they know that's the bomb, and they know that's going to absolutely force their hand. They're still going toward A, though. They might get there. They're going to have to smoke execute it. Pimp's going to have to just stay alive and be an absolute nuisance.
15 seconds.
Nico's inside library.
They're running out of time. That pit, they know one's down there. Cobra,
he's got it. He's got
able to mop up the pit. The plant will drop, so they got more time. There's now the T's. They get the perfect coverage. There is only 1 player left coming up mid, and this will be shut down pretty quickly. Not by Huggen, but by the remaining 3 T's that are there. Picks up the AK.
Delpan's in graveyard, always been spotted, but he gets the shot regardless. It's such an odd angle to peek.
GG.
And that's going to do it. So AliGon, the dark horse, I didn't expect him to get this. I thought we might go 3, but I did not expect that. And I have to say, Dignitas, not bad CT. I'll give them that. Their CT looked coordinated. Their T side, abysmal. That was absolutely... They didn't execute off smokes. They didn't get map control. They didn't get banana control, namely. They walked into Delpan how many times? He got that ace. Man. I mean, even though it was an eco, got that ace. He then had 2 double kills just from lining up. Poor positional play. Hats off to Delpan.
Yep.
Need some structure for Dignitas on the T side. And maybe that's Fetish. Maybe that's Fetish missing. Maybe that 4 or 5 extra rounds, maybe even just 1 or 2 extra rounds gives them that much more to work with.
Man, I think everyone's got some fan videos to make of Delpan. You could do that in the break, of course. While we do have a break in between our matches, we're going to our next semi-final. Actually, not yet. We can appreciate the man.
This is an obvious choice, is it not?
Yeah, 78 kills. Yeah, it's not a bad stat.
Yeah, over the 3 matches. And even though he was running the AWP, still with a 22 headshot percentage, doesn't even matter. It's AWP mostly. Mm-hmm. I mean, what can you say? He was strong in the first map. It was actually Kabum on the second one for them that was strong on Cash, which they picked up, obviously, and then went absolutely off the chains. Ham went monstrous, whatever you want to say. There's really no words for it, how he played on Inferno. So well done by him and showing off that he's experienced, and that's why NIP considered him.
Yeah. And maybe they're, well, I wouldn't say they're going to...
I think Alu
is still
pretty comfortable.
It's still a solid pickup.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, let's have a break. Subscribe to the channel. Of course, you support the prize pool by doing so with the new Twitch incentive. So get over there, subscribe to the channel. You can also win the ARP skin, which we're giving away tonight. We have one more best of 3 coming your way, our second and last semi-final for here in the Open Qualifier to the first qualifier stage. We'll be back.
So this might open up an opportunity for them to get a bomb
down.
down.
That nade, it's in the perfect position. It just rips them apart. 3 players to go down. The Famous does the work. The pistol to finish it up. And only Pimp is left alive. And it's a full ace coming out. He's the man on the defense. The breach coming in. And he's inside the smoke. Taking out 3 and backing up. The T's will still be able to claim up the site as the CTs do rotate over, but the smoke is giving them the cover fire they require. Extra flashes flying up high. Both the T's being flashed up from that one as Zelos are able to get at least one. As Hagen waiting for Nico. The bomb's just on the other side of the smoke. They run out of time, and he just sprays into the smoke, bringing down Nico. He tried to hide inside that.
We'll get them underway. Delpan's already made a tag, and they line up. There's a quad, or pardon me, a collateral, and that fire's going to go back in and do the rest of the damage. Delpan picks up 3, and Xylos is there to get the 4th.
But the fact he also had more support, there's another double. Finally, they bring him down, pushing up very aggressively, but Xylos is there. He'll take out 2. There's another one that just came down the stair lines, just allowing the ult from Kirby to go to work. Delphan's the one to cover that mid, look for the early pick. He gets one already. Pimp on the sidelines, moves quickly up in a boiler, looking for the secondary pick. He heard them going down, and he collects one too. Knows there's a 3rd one coming towards the stairs. So needs to back himself up. He's got support here from Xylos. But Xylos needs to deal with Pagola while Nico up into the archers, but they're waiting for him. Not enough, though, to be waiting for him. Kaboom will get the kill. Up towards a little bit of the side Pagola area. Dignitas, they're actually getting pickups. Nades, flashes, smokes, whatever they've got. The T's are pushing up. Isobo would have grabbed 1 at least. Cobra not looking too healthy there. Ticking down as Isobo again able to pick up a 2nd one, pushing out of construction to Garden. Delpan